So you might think you know the Quran, a collection of laws, stories, commandments. But what if I told you there's a single epic story hidden just beneath the surface? A kind of symbolic drama that links its greatest villain with one of its most powerful heroines, tracing this incredible, hidden arc of redemption. What if the character who represents that first, ultimate, spiritual wound, the very embodiment of pride and separation, what if their story doesn't just end with a curse? What if the whole point of the narrative is to show us how that wound actually gets healed? And what if that healing is brought to completion symbolically by a queen? Yeah, this is the story of two cosmic opposites: Iblis, whose very nature is the pride of fire, versus Bilqis, the queen of Sheba, whose journey ends in the humble surrender to water. Okay, let's dive right into this. All right, so our story kicks off right at the dawn of creation with just one single act of defiance. And this isn't just about someone breaking a rule. It's about the creation of a deep spiritual wound, a cosmic separation between two fundamental elements: fire, which stands for that blazing intellect and pride, and clay, which represents humble, moldable humanity. Now, the adversary in this drama is Bliss, and his name, well, his name is the first big clue. The Arabic root BLS, it actually means to despair. His name literally predicts the outcome of his choice. He represents a knowledge that's totally convinced of its own superiority, but refuses to submit to anything higher. You know, that arrogance of brilliant fire that just can't see the worth in simple, humble clay. And this one line, this quote, gets right to the heart of everything. This is Iblis's whole case. It's a statement of fact, right? He's not wrong. He knows his origin, but he uses that knowledge not to understand, but to feel superior. And that one statement, it creates this primal split, this cosmic wound of pride that echoes through the entire Quranic story. So if pride is the wound, then how in the world does it get healed? Well, the Quran lays out this really beautiful solution: a mother cycle. It's this chain of key female figures who, through their own unique virtues, work step by step to heal the separation that Iblis created. Think of it like a ladder of redemption, where every single rung is a direct counter to Iblis's pride. It starts with the absolute faith of Musa's mother, who trusted a plan she couldn't see. It carries on with figures like Asiya, Pharaoh's wife, who showed mercy right from inside the house of arrogance itself. And of course, Miriam, whose purity made her the perfect vessel for the divine word. Each action is like a stitch, slowly and surely closing that wound of pride. And now we get to the climax. After the wound is made and the healing process is well underway, the Quran gives us this great mirror. It holds up the problem and its solution side by side, personified in two figures: the devil and the queen. I mean, just look at this slide. It's a perfect inversion. On one side, you've got Iblis. He refused to bow because of his pride, because of his fiery origin, and he was cursed. But on the other side, you have Bilqis, a powerful queen who also operated from logic and intellect. Her worshipping the sun made perfect sense to her. But when she was shown a deeper truth, she submitted, and she was saved. Her action is the exact mirror opposite of his. And here is the real aha moment, and it's hidden right in their names. The root of Iblis's name, BLS, means despair. While the name Bilqis can be seen as having that same root, but it's transformed by the Arabic letter Qaf, which is a symbol for the divine command. It's almost like the name itself is telling us that despair, when it's touched by a higher power, can be redeemed and turned into shining wisdom. And with that amazing transformation, the whole cycle of healing that started with the simple faith of a mother is now finally completed by the submission of a queen. The fire of arrogance is finally cooled by the water of truth. So Bilqis becomes this ultimate symbol for the intellect's surrender. You know, she represents that crucial moment when our logical, rational knowledge, what's called ilm, comes face to face with a truth so profound that it has no choice but to bow to a deeper, more humble recognition, a kind of heart knowledge or ma'rifah. And her final lesson, the thing that wraps up this entire hidden story, is that maybe we're all looking for truth in the wrong place. It's not way up in the sky, in the sun that she used to worship. It's right here. It was hidden in plain sight the whole time, just like that water was hidden beneath the illusion of a solid crystal floor in Solomon's palace. So the final piece of the puzzle is submission. That's the act that lets you see the hidden truth. By bowing, by submitting, Bilqis saw the water, the hidden reality. And by refusing to bow, Iblis was completely blinded by his own fire. You know, there's this quote that just perfectly captures her role. It calls her the ultimate spiritual diver. She was the one who was able to look past the polished, shiny, crystal surface of appearances and logic to find the flowing, life-giving water of truth that was there all along. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? First, that the primal wound isn't caused by a lack of knowledge, but by knowledge wrapped in pride. Second, that this wound is healed through a series of virtues often shown through these amazing feminine figures: faith, mercy, and purity. And finally, that the real redemption happens when the brilliant fire of our own intellect humbly surrenders to the cooling water of a deeper truth. And look, this whole cosmic story isn't just some tale from the past. It's really a map of the human soul. And it leaves us with one last really important question to think about. If we all sit on these thrones of our own knowledge, our own logic, and our own accomplishments, what's the hidden water of truth flowing just beneath the surface, just waiting for us to humbly look down and see?